On the day of my son's wedding, the first thing my daughter-in-law did after entering the house was to set rules for us. She said she values personal boundaries deeply. She said she would never change how she addresses us. She would only call us uncle and aunt, never mom and dad. Even if we lived in the same neighborhood, after 7 in the evening we could never disturb them. She thought I would tolerate everything like I did in my past life. But she never expected I would respond with strength this time. The best solution is for us not to live together at all. You two can pack your things and move out right now. Hearing this, my daughter-in-law was completely shocked. In my past life I agreed to all her conditions, but instead of peace, life became unbearable under their roof. In the end, I even lost my husband because of it. Back then I was too soft-hearted. I always put family harmony above everything else. When I kindly invited her for dinner, she accused me of being controlling, saying I was interfering with her personal life. My son believed her twisted words. He came to confront me in anger, but when he opened the door he found me standing outside. My daughter-in-law said I was spying on their privacy. Because of this, my son yelled at me cruelly. After that day we served them carefully like we were walking on thin ice. She even tore down my husband's study without permission. She turned it into her own walk-in closet. She also converted my favorite balcony into a doghouse. Even after all that, we never complained, until one late night, my husband suddenly had a heart attack. I rushed to drive him to the hospital, but halfway there I tripped and fell. I had no other choice. I called my son and begged him to drive his father to the ER, but he refused, using boundaries as an excuse, because she had set that ridiculous rule: no contact after 7 p.m. Because we missed the rescue window, my husband lost his life. When I told my son, he showed no guilt at all. Instead, he complained that no one would help him with the kids anymore. Hearing that, I spat blood in rage. Then I collapsed onto the floor. I could not accept such a miserable ending, but the next second, I was reborn back to my son's wedding day. I saw them walk through the door again. This time I would not be a pushover. I swore I would teach them the real meaning of boundaries. Just like last time, she started setting rules even during the tea ceremony. She declared she only married my son. Everyone else in this family meant nothing to her. Boundaries are necessary between people, she said, and our messy relatives should not come near her. To her they were strangers. Even if we met on the street, we must not greet her or speak to her. Hearing this, everyone criticized her for being outrageous. After she finished listing her rules, I stood up slowly and calmly. Since you have rules, I will respect your boundaries, but I have rules of my own, and I believe you can follow them too. I told her I do not care if she calls us mom or dad, but she must return all the wedding money from the relatives, especially the $50,000 uncle gave her. She had to return it immediately. My son tried to stop me, but I said the money had nothing to do with them, because strangers should not take gifts from strangers. My daughter-in-law forced a calm smile and said fine. Then I spoke again. The best way to maintain boundaries is to not live together. So I told them to pack up and get out. After the relatives left, they finally crawled out of their room, saying they would stay instead. She said if I treated them better and served them wholeheartedly, she might consider continuing to live with us. My son also said living together would help them take care of us when we grow old, and his wife was pregnant with a grandchild. Hearing she was pregnant, my husband lit up in joy. My daughter-in-law became arrogant again. She said if we ever overstepped boundaries, she would consider aborting the child. My husband rushed to comfort her. He promised she would be the head of the house, and we would obey all her rules. I said her pregnancy had nothing to do with me. Whether they keep the baby was their own business. Expecting me to serve them was a delusion, because I knew she was not actually pregnant. She only used it to control and threaten us in the past life. Because of that lie, we were kicked out eventually. So again I told them to pack their things and leave. I grabbed my husband and walked out of the house. I took him to the hospital for a full checkup. His condition was thankfully fine. Then I pulled him to the mall for shopping. This life we will live for ourselves. When we returned home with bags in hand, my son and his wife were already on the couch waiting to accuse us. They cursed, calling us two old things, saying we finally returned. My son pulled out a severance agreement demanding I sign it. He thought he could still control us. She joined in saying the child would never be related to us. She told us to wait and die without descendants. Then they pretended to leave the house. My husband panicked and called them back. To keep them, he almost knelt down to apologize. Luckily, I stopped him in time. She even asked him to kneel and thank her for the opportunity. She urged him to get down on his knees. I slapped my son across the face and said, "This family tie ends now. You two get out of my house immediately."